Errol Spence seemingly responds to Rolly Romero, who claimed that he was willing to move up to fight Errol Spence. That's what I want to talk about in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you come in, smash the like button. Interesting stuff. Yesterday night, Ryan Garcia defeated Javier Fortuna, a former champion and boogeyman in the division. Ryan got a knockout midway in the fight. And one of the people who actually went to the fight and was interviewed was Rolando Rolly Romero. Many people remember Rolly from his last outing, his most famous outing against Gervonta Davis, where he put up a solid fight and was ultimately knocked out in the 6th round. Now, I'm just going to paraphrase because you guys could find the videos floating on the internet, but there's many videos, and Rolly was basically like, ES News has one of the videos, and Rolly was just basically saying that he may be done with 135 and he would be moving up and willing to move up to 147. He said Errol Spence is googly eyed. He said he ugly, and that's who he wants to fight. And he's going to rearrange his face, basically, you know? And this was shocking to some. Some people were like, oh, dang, you know, he called out Errol Spence, completely different weight classes. And even in the video, Jojo Diaz walks by and somebody was like, the interviewer, I believe it was Tyler, and he said, what about fighting you and Jojo Diaz in the future? And he said, I think he's too small for me. I'll probably be moving up. And, you know, he says 140 is pretty much a stale division. And he wants to forego and skip 140. Skip 140 altogether, like basically saying that the bigger names and bigger opportunities are at 147. So we've seen this done before. Broner is probably one of the more famous people. Man, you know, African babies. At the end of the day, Broner did this when he was at lightweight, and he jumped all the way up to fight Paulie Malignaggi, and then he stayed up there, and his next fight was Marcos Maidana. So, you know, Rolly's kind of on some Broner stuff. So the Errol Spence call out was super random. Errol Spence seemingly responded. You know, we can say whatever we want, but being a reasonable man, Errol Spence on his verified page, he says, some stuff don't need a response. Something is wrong with Buddy. And he put the skull. So, I mean, the timing matches up. People could play these games and act like he's not responding to Rolly, but Rolly did the interview last night, and then he says that cryptic message. Although he didn't actually say Rolly's name, it sounds almost certain. And I was looking through the comments, and people believe that as well. People in the comment section were suggesting that he was referring to Rolly as well. In the last 30 days, I looked at my YouTube analytics, and it showed me 50% of the people that watch my content for free on YouTube hit the subscribe button. So thank you. The other 50% you did not. So we can change that right now. This is how I continue to grow the channel. There are a lot of people that love the sport of boxing or are willing to learn about the sport of boxing. So they need you. Reach one, teach one, so we can grow this thing organically from the ground up. So make sure you guys SLC, subscribe, like, comment. Me, I don't really have too many thoughts on this fight because Errol Spence, my thing is this: boxing is so fickle, and we get to a point in boxing where it's like boxing fans have the attention spans of little newborn toddlers, right? Where people for years have said I need to see Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. And as we've potentially gotten closer, ESPN is reporting that this fight is on the Crawford and Spence I'm referring to is on the 2-yard line. ESPN reports that they got inside information, or their sources say that the fight is very likely and both guys want the fight. My dude interviewed Steven Espinoza of Showtime, who also said he put a percentage on it. He said 70-80% is where they were making progress. And he says, I could tell you this for sure, both fighters want the fight. And it seems like the fickle boxing fan, as we've gotten closer to potentially getting Spence versus Crawford, people keep jumping ship to talk about other fights. Like, oh, Crawford needs to fight Virgil Ortiz, or Errol needs to fight Jerron Boots Ennis because Boots Ennis called him out and said he want to reel him in or whatever. And then now this situation with Rolly, I seen in comment sections and stuff, people are suggesting that Errol Spence fight Rolly. To me, Rolly's coming off a loss. Rolly, you know, maybe he's crazy enough to jump up and wait and want to fight Errol Spence, who's at the top of his game. You know, he's a fighter. So at the end of the day, that's that. So I'm not even mad at the call out. If that's how he feel, that's how he feel. He just put it on wax. But I don't really see the fight happening, if I'm being serious. How could it? Why could it? Or why should it? You know what I mean? Because the Crawford fight, that's the fight that everyone's talking about. I think ultimately, I can't speak for Rolly, but just from the outside looking in, I think Rolly, he just probably ain't feeling Errol Spence. Errol Spence was in the crowd at Ryan Garcia, and they made a bet on what the outcome would be. As it goes, famously, Errol Spence picked, Ryan Garcia picked, and they picked opposite people. Ultimately, Errol Spence won because he picked Gervonta Davis, Tank Davis, to beat Rolly, and Tank knocked out Rolly in the 6th round. Ryan, on the other hand, who he also got support, and that's almost a weird relationship. I don't want to get too sidetracked, but Rolly and Ryan seem to have kind of beef, but more recently, Ryan and Rolly have been kind of giving each other props. Rolly, I don't know, I don't know if something went on behind the scenes or whatever, but Ryan picked Rolly to win and bet $20,000 against Errol Spence and ended up losing it. Rolly was at Ryan's fight against Fortuna, and he said it was a good performance. He's interested in Ryan's journey. And, even the reporter was like, "Are you being serious?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm being serious." So maybe they squashed it, the Ryan and Rolly situation, or have a respect for each other. But all in all, I can't speak for Rolly, like I said before, but I guess that's maybe what it stems from. Rolly got picked against by Errol Spence, and then Errol Spence said that he wants Frank Martin, his fighter, Man Down Promotions, to fight Rolly, and he would beat him, and I think he might have even said he would stop him. So in a short space of time, Errol Spence has quote unquote win against Rolly. So that's probably what this stems from. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Best in the business, best in the world, most incredible, baby. Subscribe, SLC, and I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks, right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.